This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain adult language, violence, and sexual themes, as well as shocking revelations. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I are playing the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The campaign is The Order of the Stone. It was written by Twing, Lynn Hardy, and Paul Fricker. It's available from Chaosium. Our keeper of arcane lore is Keith Craig, and this is episode 9. Our recap will be given by Preston Firestone as his character, Bernie Green. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Preston?
Been a long journey. I think the end's coming in sight over the horizon. This morning I woke up in the Order of the Stone spot in Arkham. They very kindly put me up from the night, sent me back to Boston. This morning, after the Order of the Stone sent an advance party to a site I'll tell you about in a second, we spent the day exploring Arkham, looking for clues. We didn't have too much luck, but we got enough information that our current theory is that Professor Sebastian, who originally sent the archaeologists to dig up the monster, but we got to put it back in the ground, lost his children in a boating accident at some summer camp irresponsibly managed up in the boonies of Massachusetts. At the end of the day, after the Order of the Stone had made another set, the 3 vessels for the god that we have to bury, we followed the advance party up to the summer camp. We arrived long after nightfall, finding the vehicles of the Order of the Stone, a couple other vehicles we didn't recognize. We haven't found any people yet, but we're exploring the abandoned campsite. There seems to be something happening in the mess hall. I'm afraid.
Hi, folks. Sorry to interrupt. We had a lot of technical issues in recording this episode. So the story itself is pretty much intact, but you'll notice that there are a lot of little jumps. My computer, my internet service kept dropping every couple of seconds. We continued to play since playing was more important to us than recording. And it's too much to, there's no way to edit it to make it correct. So I'm just going to leave it the way that it is. I apologize for that. I should have the problem fixed by next episode. So thank you. And I apologize for the inconvenience of it.
Okay. So, like Bernie was saying, there's a couple vehicles there that you saw. You guys found some empty shell casings lying on the ground and a little stream of blood, not stream, like little trail of blood going up to the chow hall. Oh.
And it's the middle of the night, right?
It is, yep.
Not long after midnight, quarter moon, dark and too quiet. And crazy Dr. Harding saw something they thought was a blue hand in the lake, but he also mistook some table ketchup for a ruptured artery recently. So,
And I'm convinced I have some sort of mole, so I don't know how much I trust anything he says.
And there was a tower of some sort of
Yep. There's
like a
ranger
fire watch tower. Yeah.
Fire watch tower. Yeah.
It's on the other side of the chow hall. It's right by the lake.
We've surrounded this area with the sigil, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we've kind of spent that time. So now we're just like converged on the mess hall.
Yeah, the blood trail's going to the mess hall.
Mhm.
I think we should postpone going into the mess hall and try to secure the rest of the area. We don't know what's out there, and we don't know what's in there. But
Well, Bernie, we're going to have to go in there eventually.
Can we peek? Can we peek through one of the windows and see if we see anything?
Sure.
It's
Hmm.
dark.
Yeah.
I'll peek through one of the windows.
Okay. When you look inside, you see there's a flash an electric torch that's kind of like the battery's starting to fade away, so there is a little bit of light in there. You see a man, he's kind of leaned up against the wall. He's every once in a while he kind of lolls his head up and down, but
There's somebody
it,
alive in there. He's got
Does
a
it look,
flashlight, but it's dying.
does it look Irish?
I don't know.
Either one is
It's too
Irish.
dark. He's leaning up against the wall. He looks like he's either delirious or
His
he's
gut
been.
shot,
Well,
I'm
it
betting.
sounds like
Right.
it sounds like he needs some medical attention.
Yeah. And Michelle's with us, right?
yes. Yep.
I'm going to ask her, Michelle, let's go in. It might be one of our guys.
Okay. Yep. So,
Her and I are going to go in.
okay, so when you open it up and you kind of shine your flashlight in there, Michelle screams because it's her brother Tobias. He's leaned up against the wall. His he's bleeding quite heavily from his stomach, and it looks like maybe he's got like some of his intestines are kind of like not like pulled out like torture, but like he's definitely been cut enough that they're hanging out just a little bit and all.
Oh my God. Harding, get in here. I'm going to rush
Oh,
over.
good heavens. You're in a bad state.
I'm going to rush over and assess the damage. Is he still conscious or?
He is, and when Harding says you're in a bad state, he kind of laughs, but he winces when he laughs. He's like, "I never thought the Americans would were the masters of the understatement." But
I'm taking a look around the room to make sure there's nobody hiding in here that's going to jump out at us.
okay, yeah. When you look around, you see there's a gun. Looks like he probably dropped it. It's a shotgun, and there's a knife sitting there, kind of near him and everything. But yeah, you don't see anyone.
I'm kind of starting to, rip up things to help with bandaging. What kind of mess did you get yourself into, Tobias? What happened out here?
He's like, well, we brought enough people, but that thing, it's worse and bigger than you ever could have imagined. We
Thing,
shot
there's
at
a
it.
thing.
Yeah, there's some thing. It's got four legs, like as round as like elephant legs, and he he one of its like smoke tentacles. It entered me like through my chest, and I could feel it crawling around. I was going to cut it out, but I, it hurt too much, and
Are
It's
we
still in
too
there?
late?
was
I just
yeah,
said, is it still in there?
I I think so, but like the body's kind of blocking out the pain, I guess. It's that whiskey. I should have brought it.
I got brandy, if it'll help. It might just come right out. The thing with the elephant legs, did it go into the lake?
I heard a splash.
Any of your party still on 2 feet, you think?
Uh, they were shooting at some guy across the on the other side of the lake. He's he looked like one of the guys that was at the dig, but his hair was all matted in blood, and
It sounds great.
yeah.
Could this thing
What?
be part two or part three? Have they already finished their evil ritual, or is this the one that they did back in Greyport?
I'm sorry, I got
I'm
no
just
idea.
sort of
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
sort of stating that to
yeah,
everybody in the room.
yeah.
Well, doctor, can we do anything for him?
I'll see what I can do, but I gotta tell you, this doesn't look. I wouldn't be too hopeful.
Hmm.
I lose my hearing, Doc.
Well,
We're gonna make you comfortable. We're gonna make you comfortable.
let's see what we can do for you,
Okay.
Tobias.
Should we try to call somebody? Is there a phone out here?
Doubt
No.
We
it.
didn't see any wires.
No.
Oh, there's
Like-
not even a telegraph line in the middle of
The
nowhere.
camp was from 1900 whatever, so it's pretty
Yeah.
ancient.
All right, Dr. Harding, you want to do a first aid or medicine?
Or you
Well-
could roll mercy shot.
Yeah.
Okay, let us. My medicine is higher than my first aid, so I guess I will roll medicine.
Okay. Yep.
I don't know how much first aid is gonna help him here. Well, and good thing I rolled medicine, not first aid. 64 is a pass.
Okay. Yeah. So, to kind of just, you don't push the intestines back in because they can
Just
crumple and stuff. You kind of just, but while you're banding, while you're kind of like covering it up, to try and keep the infection out, you feel moving in the intestines, some movement through, and it's like the small intestines. You can feel something kind of move through the intestines as it brushes, as your hand was maybe putting the bandage on there, or
you didn't happen to I don't know, have anything deposit something in you?
That's how he cut his guts out.
yeah.
He was trying to fish out
No,
the
but I
minnow.
mean that I want to feel.
Okay. Kind of feel along with it, and also when you give me a luck roll.
Uh-oh. Ha ha ha, 93.
All right. So as you're kind of feeling along, those tentacles you've seen, they've got like this little wicked little barb on it. And as you're kind of feeling along, what that barb kind of jerks out, pokes out of the intestines and kind of sinks into your finger. It's like if you had a fishing hook in your finger, that barb, how it gets caught and stuff. And you're
Oh God.
he starts kind of like moaning pretty bad because now as you pull, it's now actually kind of ripping the intestine where the barb's sticking out too. So,
He's got those fucking tentacles in him.
God.
I wanna cut.
you could get you no
This is-
problem. Yeah. It's like tell me straight, doctor, what do you think?
I kind of looked to
I think
Manfred.
you need to make peace with your god, Tobias.
Yeah. I kind of look to Manfred and I just kind of give him a knowing glance, kind of looking at his gun.
Macmillan, why don't you take Michelle outside and show her what we've noticed so far?
Come on, Michelle, let's go. I'm gonna take the other Order of the Stone members out.
And she kind of resists going out. She's like going, I'll say goodbye to my brother.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. So she kind of approaches, but she's being wary of his gut now because like it's starting to kind of roil and move about a bit and all. And she kind of leans over, whispers in his ear, and then gives him a kiss on his forehead. And then she turns around. She's pretty red in the face, and some tears welling up, and starts walking out. She's like going, "Please be quick."
We'll make it quick.
Tobias, we're gonna finish what you started. Do you want another taste of this brandy?
Yeah, I think I would, and he does. And he's like, "None of you are a priest, are you?"
Pretty far from it, I'm afraid.
Oh,
But given what you've seen already, I suspect that Christopher knows what side you're on.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And if you'll just look this way,
Hmm. Yeah.
back of the head with
Hmm.
the
Got it.
sidearm.
Yeah.
Uh,
He falls over with that shot.
mhm.
The
But
intestines are still moving.
yeah, that's why we siphoned some gasoline out of the box truck.
Okay. Yeah.
So let's
They didn't know
this
we were
this will
here. They
be
know it now.
this will be useful on the shore. I mean, this will have light for a little while. Uh, so yeah, I'm gonna douse him, back out with it, sprinkle some of the corners, and
Light it.
toss it in.
Yeah. Fires up, and you get that sickly smell of burning flesh and fat. Mm,
Yeah. I'm not gonna be close enough to experience the whole luau if I can avoid it.
yeah.
I wonder if Bernie, you well, somebody. I wonder if one of us should get in the watchtower so they can call out to others if there's something that they can spot that we can avoid. Uh,
I'd like to do that. I think that seems like a good idea.
and I assume we took Tobias's shotgun out rather than letting it burn inside the mess hall.
Oh, I
So,
got I got the
oh, you got the
knife and
shotgun.
the shotgun.
Yeah.
Actually, a shotgun's no good from on top of the watchtower anyway, unless it's coming up after you. Uh, so there's something in the lake. There's a bloodied archaeologist across the lake from here. If we get in one of these canoes, if it isn't rotten, we're still a sitting duck.
Go around the lake, not through it.
I think we have to.
I told you I saw something moving in that lake.
Yes, sir, you did. You'll forgive me for not being entirely willing to take you at your word right away.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Well, I brought up the ketchup once already. So, do we? I mean, I don't think there's any tactical way to do this that isn't stupid. If we split up and go on opposite sides of the lake, then there's a chance that one party will come up on the rear. On the other hand, if we stick together, we have a better chance of standing back to back.
I think we should stay together.
Um, how many vessels should we carry with us? Do we need to take 3?
Can we strap them on our back or something while we're carrying them, so we don't have to use our hands?
Sure. Yeah, we'll say that you got like a backpack or.
Some way to.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think we should bring at least 3. Um,
Well, you would know you would need 3 to because you guys have all studied the spell.
Right. Yeah, and maybe we just chant as we walk. I think it might reduce the likelihood that we get snuck up on. Or, all right, Bernie, why don't you climb the tower and see if you can see anything before we walk off into the darkness?
I think that's the right idea.
Okay.
I'll head over to the tower and
Nice.
I first want to examine it to see how sturdy, what kind of shape it's in. Just one base.
It looks sturdy, but you can give me a let's just say like a mechanical repair to kind of inspect it. Oh,
Well, let me ask you some more questions.
okay.
What material is it made out of?
It's made out of wood, and it's
Okay.
been one. Like I know when I made a fence, you kind of charred the bottom of it so the water wouldn't get in and rot it,
Mhm.
and so it's done all that. It's sealed and everything. So it was well made, but it's also years old.
What about the fasteners? I'm going to look for the bolts that
Mm-hmm.
attaches the beams together. Are they rusty? Are they all present? Has that part of it begun to slip?
So where you're at, they look they look well.
Okay.
I don't know if they had stainless steel that back then, but it's not rusted.
Galvanized, maybe it's
Yeah,
galvanized
yeah.
steel.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
galvanized.
Then I'm going to put my first foot on the first step, kind of
Okay.
lean on it and shake the structure a little bit, see how sturdy it feels.
It feels very sturdy. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to slowly start going up, making sure none of the steps are rotten.
Yeah, yeah, and it's obviously a ladder, so you just kind of
Oh,
going up. Yeah, it's like rungs and everything. So I guess not obvious, but it's a ladder. So you're kind of climbing up the ladder and all. About three-quarters of the way up, give me a spot hidden.
okay. Uh, 46 under 40. Oh, come on. I'm going to spend one luck
Okay.
and make it a pass.
Okay. You reach up, you put your hand on the next rung up, and your hand, that rung's a little wet.
You
What kind of wet?
If you
Water,
pull
is
your
it
hand
slime? Is
back,
it blood?
it's a black slime.
Okay, I'm gonna call it out down to the folks down below. Black slime on the top rung.
don't go up.
Yeah, come back down, Bernie.
I'll follow their instructions.
Okay. Yep.
Wipe it off quick.
Yeah, like scraping it off. Up the
Yeah,
Yeah, so,
I'll hand her a rag.
okay,
I'll
yeah.
hand her a rag.
and then throw the rag on the burning building.
Okay. Yeah. hmm
Well, that was a non-starter.
So they've
Yeah.
been up there, or that thing has been up there.
Something's been up there. Yeah. Something might be up there. Maybe we should put one of the vessels underneath the watchtower, stand around it, and chant. See if we can't capture one of these sons of bitches. I mean, it's wishful thinking, probably, but I'm not eager to start the combat with the things that they shot a lot. And
I'm surprised it hasn't come out yet. I mean, if it is up there, I don't know. I can't see anything from up here.
the damn corpses in Barnes the cellar didn't bother to come out until we shone a light on them. We just waited in the darkness.
The Manfred
Okay.
says that I'll shine a flashlight up onto.
Okay, you gotta shine your
try to
flashlight
get a
up.
clearer look. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. When you do that, you see kind of just the top of a man's head, kind of like up there where you kind of shine it around. When you do, it kind of the man kind of leans over, and when he opens his mouth, it's this awful high pitched scream, and you see tentacles start coming out of its mouth, its mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
There it
Vessel
is.
down, start chatting. We might be able to surround one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have more of those paper ones? We should start just put as fast as we can, at least.
Round in a circle.
Okay. Yeah.
Snap in the
Okay.
middle.
I'll order the stone to do that, and then we'll start chanting and start the
Okay.
process.
So you kind of start chanting. The spell will cost 12 magic points, so you guys can divide that up amongst yourselves of the casters.
Okay.
Do we have to have learned the spell? There was some.
How many casters?
Well, like, we're all doing it, right?
All of
Yeah.
us?
Yeah.
Okay.
But how about the other? Oh, it's just going to cost us, not the other order of the stone people.
We'll say that
What,
they
like-
join. They'll join in too. So we'll say there's 6 of you doing it. So that'd be
Two apiece.
two
Two
apiece. Yeah.
apiece.
That sounds good.
Is it?
hmm When you do, it kind of is. And then you see like the tentacles kind of stretch, and then they burst out, and the head just kind of explodes out, and there's like this meat and blood and brain matter falling down as the tentacles they're almost like spaghettified, like that term when you start getting stretched by a black hole. They get kind of pulled down into the container there.
Oh, that was way easier than I thought that it was going to be.
It's only one of them.
But that wasn't the thing that what's
Tobias
his
is
name? Tobias was
describing.
describing. That was just the
It's maybe an aspect of it.
Yeah, I think we got 3 bears in this situation, Goldilocks. And Papa Bear is the problem. So we seal that baby up. We clamps and whatnot. We have like C clamps for the time being before we can weld them shut.
Right. Yeah.
Could there be more than 3 of these things? Do we need another vessel?
Like, remember that you have 6 vessels total.
I can
Yeah,
run back to
reason
the
we all
car and
can't
grab
carry
another
one.
vessel.
The trunk of the order has the 3 spares or originals.
Should I run back and get one?
It's not far. We got to clamp this up and
All right. I will
Stare-
run back to the car to get one more.
No problem.
I'm gonna climb up the watchtower again now that the top is secured.
Okay, we'll come back to that. All right, Casey, give me a
Get some rags.
spot hidden as you run back now.
78. That is a failure. So I'm
Okay, cool.
looking
Yep.
like this as I'm running.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so you climb back up the tower there, Bernie, and obviously now there's like brain matter and stuff on the rungs and all. So
We gave her a rag.
I
There
think,
you go.
I think gloves maybe are in order.
yeah,
It's the 20s. Everybody's got gloves.
yeah, get your gloves on. So you get up there to the top and all, and the body there, it's kind of dressed like a lot of the other Order of the Stone people were. The body was, and there's some red hair matter lying around, so you can kind of surmise it's probably an Irish person.
It's one of yours, William. And I'm
Poor
gonna,
laddie.
yeah. I think he's probably better off dead than alive.
All right. So when you get up there, you kind of, I assume you're going to be looking around. You can just climb up there for a good time.
Yeah.
When you get up there, you kind of look around. Now it's really dark. The sun, there's not much coming from the moon. Looking down into the lake, you see 2 blue shapes moving around on the bottom of the lake. It almost looks like they're chasing each other.
And how big are they?
It's hard to estimate, but maybe a 9, 10-year-old child size.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. Well, there's something running around on the bottom of the lake. I guess I'm just going to be crying all this down. The other thing I'm curious about is the other side of the lake. It sounded like we were going to go over there looking for the archaeologists. Can I see anything from up here?
Give me a spot hidden.
Okay.
nothing worse than
Yes.
zombie children.
68 over 45. Yeah.
So, it's dark.
Okay. Can I at least tell? Well, I guess if I can't see where they are, it wouldn't make sense to ask which way around is shorter.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Can I at least tell, like, one side has a flat groomed trail and one side has a treacherous ravine? Is there any kind of geography in that
Neither side has a trail around it. It's mostly, it's somewhat clear it'd be a muddy walk around it, but you could do it because, when the lake rises, so there's not as much heavy foliage right on the lake beds and all. But, with that failed spot hidden, that's about all you got.
Sounds good. Then I'll climb down and tell everybody else what I learned.
Was there anything else up there? Like, was there an inside to that?
Nah.
Okay.
There's a little platform with the guy on it. Well,
Mm.
the guy all over it.
Okay. All right. So Casey comes back. He's got his the other vessels.
I
Yeah,
guess
there's
we
no
start
reason.
hoofing it.
Yeah. I can't say that I'm excited about the fact that the professor's daughters are performing an underwater swan lake. But maybe if we can capture the other two of these things, they'll deanimate. Unless each one of them has one of the entities inside it. But I suppose either way, we have a couple of archaeologists to kill, unless the matted blood Tobias told us about indicates that they're already gone. 'Cause we have Mickey Spill,
Mm.
Terrence Baker, and the professor himself.
Sebastian. Mhm.
It looks like
It
they took members of the order for sacrificial purposes.
it seems like it's acting almost like a virus, or a
Parasite.
parasite. Yeah, these might just be little eggs of the mom, or yeah.
Yeah,
You said those zombies back in Greyport were both had tentacles, so
yeah. Pity we didn't
This,
know the spell then. We might have gotten two of them.
I guess we don't know then what is really the ATT and what is some sort of infected minion.
yeah,
Uh,
Because
we
we
might.
think these Sword of the Stone guys were just taken over. It's not as if they were fully possessed by, like, we didn't just capture one of the thirds, did we? Just to
I don't
support them.
think so. It was so easy. I mean, we might have captured just a little, like a tadpole.
and then there's the question of whether I look back over at the burning mess hall. Like, is that thing burnt, or does it rejoin I don't
No,
know, the
you
mass?
said the one that was on the ship, the champagne was huge.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
should assume this one will be huge too. Well,
Well,
that's what
Any,
Tobias said.
I don't think we can assume that they are a fixed size, though. The vessels that they came out of were not as big as the thing we saw in the champagne.
You said smoke like, yeah.
we also think it feeds on people, and there were lots of people to feed on the champagne, and it had a while to do it in. So maybe that's why it was
Oh,
big.
maybe.
Well, it's off to slaughter we go. Hi ho, hi ho.
So I guess the question is, yeah, do we just reconnoiter the whole lake, or do we stay here and maybe they'll come to us?
When
Set up a
I
defensive position.
when I sort of calculated the lee lines,
Mm-hmm.
where do they come together? Is it farther north above the lake?
Yep. It's further north of the
Okay,
lake.
so if we go by that, then maybe the place where they're going to is just farther north of the lake. We
Yeah, I
might just
believe
have to get on.
it was a ridge that caused the trouble back in the day, where the witches were burnt and whatnot. So yeah, I don't think we can expect them to come to us.
Can we get to the ridge by car?
Well, I think we should stick together. Oh, can we?
No.
The
You
town's
even
been
have to.
gone so long, there's no road.
Yeah.
I guess we start hoping.
Okay.
All
We'll
right.
hike up to
Watch out for
the
the things in the lake.
abandoned village.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like they're activated or responsive to light. Seems to be maybe something to keep in mind.
Okay. All right. So you guys start You going to the left or to the right? Right. Are you going clockwise or
We're
anti-clockwise around the
American. We're
lake?
going clockwise.
All right. You good with that, William? You're not American.
I mean, most of us,
Yeah.
half of us.
Yeah. All right. So you guys start walking along, and like I said, it's the kind of mud that you walk in, and sometimes you're worried it's going to suck your shoe off. And everyone, give me a dexterity.
God damn, my shoe's caught. Had a 91.
Oh,
Regular success.
Yeah, regular.
Failure for me.
okay. If you fail, kind of like when you're pulling it, well, neither one of you fumbled, right? Because 91's not a fumble. So yeah. So when you're kind of trying to get your shoe out, you slip a bit, and your foot goes into the water, and you feel like the sensation of a child's hand kind of brush your ankle, and you hear a little giggle,
Okay.
and it
Apparently,
gives
I
you
don't lose any sanity over that, but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
If you
still
get
yelp
past
and
your,
yank my foot back.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
Ah!
it's a damn shame it's hard to set a lake on fire.
Who's the case of?
Casey, did you feel something?
I felt there's something in there that touched my foot.
Yeah, well,
Probably
it
my-
brushed up against
my-
mine too, but you don't see me crying about it.
Wasn't a sardine this time.
Hmm.
I'm
So,
scrambling to get
They
away
they
as far away from the
seem
water.
they seem playful. They don't seem murderous. Otherwise,
They're
probably would've-
murderous. They're evil, murderous things that
They might have tried to attack us by now. So,
want
Did
to
we all
lure
hear
us
the
in with
giggling?
their.
what was that?
Did we all hear the giggling or just Casey and Gregory?
Uh, you can probably, yeah, just Casey and Gregory heard it.
hmm.
They giggled at us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe
another
let's
gurgle giggle.
let's walk maybe a little bit further away from the lake then, so as not to disturb them.
Yeah.
Why are there kids here? Who are these kids?
Well, there was the drowning incident.
Yeah, but that
here.
was surely their bodies rotted away a long time ago.
Well,
Yes, well, our friends were also sunk to the bottom of the Atlantic, and yet they reappeared.
Yeah, but that was just days later. This would be years later.
You didn't see what happened to JJ before he got sunk. He was basically pressed into a thin jam. It doesn't seem to matter.
All right. It takes you about an hour to kind of get your way around the pod. Various getting stuck, moving forward. When you get onto the other side of the lake, there are three canoes kind of pushed up into the brush and all, which you would have seen if you'd made your spot hidden there, Bernie. And you can see there's large, perfectly circular imprints in the coming out of the lake and in the mud, and they're probably like about that big, like a dinner platter size.
Like an elephant's foot.
I read this story in Weird Tales a year or two ago that described this kind of thing. It's frightening to see it in real life now.
I've seen plenty of elephants, and they're intelligent, thoughtful group creatures that are very trainable. But they don't walk through lakes as a rule. I mean, not above their trunk's height at any rate.
Got a trail to follow. Do we follow it?
Yeah, they follow it.
Right.
I'm listening. I'm just kind of telling everyone to hold for a second. I just want to listen and see if I can hear anything. I would imagine something of this size would be making noise.
Okay, give me a listen.
Okay.
As you lean up against the tree nearby and realize it's not a
hmm
tree.
Ear to the ground.
I'm gonna spend 5 points of luck.
Okay.
A regular success.
Okay. Uh, as you kind of hush everyone around you, you hear off in the distance like an animal screaming in pain.
Oh my God. Can I tell what kind of animal it is? Or I guess I'll ask Manfred. Manfred, do you hear that?
And once it's
Sounds like
pointed out, you do.
sounds like a animal's in pain.
And give me a natural world there, Manfred.
Yeah, I feel like Manfred.
Was there any animal waste in the back of that pickup?
No.
Ooh, 11. That's it's a hard. It's not far from extreme if it's
Yeah.
necessary.
Uh, you're a hunter and you've taken rich people out hunting. When they hit a deer and they don't kill it, that deer starts yelling, and that's what it sounds like.
So they didn't bring a sacrifice with them. They just went to find sacrifices in the forest, maybe, or maybe this thing just feeds as it goes by. The wood should be full of deer. All right, one more.
Should we head towards it?
Yeah, we followed the thing's tracks, and we have to keep in mind that the rest of the order fired on it, and it had no effect. We need to count on our occult discoveries.
Yeah.
All right. You travel along, it's about a half mile, and the trail splits, and there's a sign there pointing to the left. It goes to the west. It says hunting cabin trail 2 miles, and pointing to the right, mountain pond trail 3.5 miles.
So surely one of the trails is going to have a lot of mashed down vegetation from this thing.
That would be a track.
Oh, really? I have to.
Well, that's why you brought Manfred.
That's why we have Manfred here.
Ah,
It's again a hard that I could make an extreme affordably. It's like 2 points off an
Nope.
extreme.
Nope. Hard is good. You're kind of looking around. The black slime acre. It's headed down the mountain pond trail.
Yeah, back to the ridge where all of this started, in a sense.
more water. Yeah.
All right, more water. Yeah, keep your lights on the trail once in a while. Make sure you don't step in a big pile of something that gets into your intestines that you want to dig out with a hunting knife. It didn't work.
Right. So it's 3.5 hour hike. So it's going to take you about 2 hours if you're moving carefully,
3.5
because
miles, right? Yeah,
yeah.
going up, which will bring us closer to dawn, which might be helpful.
hmm Yep. So we'll say it's probably approaching like about 3 in the morning, probably.
Yeah.
And we're
Yeah.
getting close to 24 hours of full being added here. So
Yep. Yep. Oh yeah.
Our,
feel
our
pretty
adrenaline is
exhausted.
probably through the roof, though, too. We're going to crash when this is.
Probably a little shaky, a little jumpy.
Get a little Coca-Cola for that authentic cocaine boost. Uh,
Dr. Harding probably has just cocaine. We can.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I have some in my medical bag if anybody needs a little pick me up.
Booster. Yeah.
All right. As you advance. They're up ahead. You see why this was called the Mountain Pond Trail. There is a pond next to the trail, and you can see a lot of fish are kind of been flung out onto the trail. Um, Dr. Harding, you're kind of comforted by this because the fish are actually moving. They're flopping. Some of them, they kind of have little, really small tentacles come out of their mouth and lift themselves up, and they kind of teeter back and forth, fall back over, and then they start flopping again. And yeah,
Are we seeing this?
yes, you are. Yep.
Oh no.
Yeah, you're back.
I'm
Get
back.
back. All right. So
Holy shit, that's disgusting.
When you say little tentacles, we're not talking about catfish whiskers.
no.
We're talking
They're-
about
Yeah, like that. Yeah, it comes out. They kind of stand up on their little tentacles, walk, and then the tentacles maybe buckle underneath, and they fall back down. They start flipping like a fish out of water. Well,
It's infecting everything that it touches.
Yeah, if we could, I'd say we should cut every one of these damn things in half, but that might not even impede them.
Fire is
And-
probably the only thing that'll destroy it.
Yeah, to burn the whole ridge.
Unless the tentacles are making the fish breathe, whatever happened here happened very recently. And whatever did it is probably still very close by.
Still no other sources of light.
nope.
We haven't seen any sign of human blood on the trail.
Mm-mm.
Just this thing. Have we seen human footprints in or alongside the stump prints?
You got a heart on your track, right?
I did.
Yeah, there are. hmm
At least Sebastian's still trying to run this lunatic circus.
I'm going to pick up the nearest fairly decent sized rock, and I'm going to smash the fish in front of me.
It's flattens.
And I froze. It flattens. Okay.
Yeah.
Does it kill it? Is it stop moving when I do that?
When it's kind of smashed there, yeah, the fish starts moving, but then to your horror, you see like the tentacles come out of the mouth and start trying to dig into the ground to like kind of pull it, but the weight of the rock is kind of preventing them because they're not as much organic material for them to grow out of to
I
get
thought that
that
would
strength.
kill it. I thought that would kill it.
This thing can't be killed. This thing can't be killed. Like,
Do we want to
other things.
attempt another chant and get the parts of this that are in the fish into one of our vessels since we brought extras?
There's dozens of fish, right?
Yeah. hmm
You saw the way it got sucked in, though.
Yeah, let's try it.
As long as you've got a couple of extras, maybe we want to not leave these things flopping around up here. Maybe
All right.
we'll hear Mama yell in the distance, too, when her babies get sucked in.
Maybe the sun will kill them too.
I can only hope.
Okay. Right. It's been a couple hours, so your 2 magic points that you expended earlier are recovered. So doing that again. The again the now it's a much higher pitch screen because the fish they're so much smaller, and they kind of get yanked out of it, and they get pulled into the urn that you were using. The cat's joining in even.
Hmm.
And what volume of material is coming out of these fish? And from
Very.
how far away?
Uh, let me look at the range. So it covers about if your circle that you make, and it goes a few feet outside of the circle, and then the circle of people that you make, everything inside of that. Not a lot of volumes coming out of the fish, just so. And when it gets pulled out of those tentacles, but when they get into the like urn or whatever, they almost turn back into a smoke thing.
So it's more spiritual substance than it is. It's like ectoplasm.
And all of this took long enough that the fish, were they not animated by the terrible spirit, would have died. So it's keeping them alive somehow.
Yeah, they're zombie fish.
That's pretty spooky.
Yeah, I'm not sure alive is the right word. Active, maybe.
Well, I think that's taking care of these. We gotta move on.
All right.
How are we going to get the big one?
I think it might turn to smoke too and get sucked into the pot.
I mean, our urns that our ancestors put them in weren't huge by any means, so I don't think the size of the receptacle matters.
It
No,
might not be made of much physical substance anyway.
although the depth of the footprint suggests that something's got some mass.
It takes on a material, but it dissipates.
Well, I think the key thing is we kill the cultists before we try to fight the monster.
Mhm.
Hopefully we don't run
All right.
together.
Does
All
remind
right.
me a bit of something that I read in the Necronomicon, but I thought that was just
Uh,
mythology.
well, it turns out some things are more true than we would like them to be. What particular passage are you thinking of, Casey?
What about Yog Sothoth? The things that walk in primal and that you can smell them before you can see them.
Not in
McMillan,
the
we're with
places.
What's that, Manfred?
we're with people who have terrible reading habits.
Hmm.
If you were reading sensible literature, little Kipling,
Oh, well, I've read Kipling too, but I'm studying that in university, so there's lots of weird mythologies out
All right.
Never heard of this being.
All right. So, moving on.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It's another half hour of moving through, and you come upon you see up ahead a bunch of like totems hanging from the tree branches and all. You know, and not talking like small totems, you know, about this large, you know, done up in triangles and other shapes that you could tie together. They're made out
there.
of bones.
Somebody's been doing crafts.
Camp activity.
are these deer bones or human bones? Or
Uh,
both?
um, if you look at it, those look like human, like some
Mm,
human fingers, maybe the tibias.
yeah, I think I'm just going to look for a length of fallen branch and just sort of smash them as we go and indicate to others that they can't possibly be good to be around.
Are they dry and old or are they fresh and wet?
They're wet.
Yeah. The way they're sacrificing people, I'm not sure there's going to be any of them left by the time we get.
Well, they appear to have the order of the stone to offer up more than themselves.
I hope we don't end up being their next sacrifices.
I don't intend to.
All right.
Yeah, so just knock these down and break the bones here and there so that whatever bad juju they're trying to generate up here doesn't continue.
William,
If
do
they're
you
trying to
recognize
scare us,
any
it's working. Sorry.
Oh, it's definitely frightening. Do you recognize any of these symbols or shapes, William?
That would be an occult roll.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to make a roll for that. I believe that is a success because I have a very high occult rating. Yes, that's a success.
Okay. You looking at it, they almost look like what a Hollywood or a child would think uh, totems would look like.
Mhm. Yeah, they're trying at something here, but it's quite amateurish.
You
I
think
would
they're just
expect.
trying to scare us?
Uh, Perhaps I think it's more they actually believe this stuff. I mean, they do have some horrible creature following them, but this isn't anything authentic, I should say.
But not only are they insane lunatics bent on destruction, they're also incompetent buffoons.
Well, that remains to be seen. They did destroy an entire ship full of people and an entire hamlet of make them go insane. So, and they killed a bunch of my friends too. So, there's some competence here.
I don't think the former owner of this scapula would call them incompetent.
Be on the lookout.
Okay. All right. So you travel on a little bit more, and when the trail turns, all of you can give me a sanity roll.
Oh, 90.
Uh,
Yep.
70.
I was so close.
Yep,
Okay.
94.
I got
Oh.
a 51 against 49.
Well, I'll swing. I'll just do a mass sanity roll for the order. They did pretty good. Okay, so if you fail, which we all did, 1d3.
Aw.
Oh, God.
Okay,
3.
Hey,
Three.
what?
all right. Okay, so first we'll go over. So what you come around a corner and you see a bunch of headstones. They a lot of them are moss covered, overgrown. But what triggers a sanity watch loss? You see a bunch of ghosts walking around. They're dressed up like Puritans and all. They're just kind of going about their normal life and everything. Like you see a couple walking, holding hands. Others are. It looks like they're headed to go to the fields, but then like they get to the edge of the graveyard and they kind of blink, and then you see them start back at their starting position and start walking again. And
Ghosts. How is that possible?
God, are they transparent? You
yeah,
guys see
somewhat.
that?
And they got like a blue tin
Glowing
tinge
blue.
to it.
Yeah.
Yep. Mhm.
Okay.
It's similar to what we saw in the bottom of the lake.
Yeah.
Give me a D10 roll there, Dr. Harding.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Yeah, yeah.
4.
4. Okay. Going on right now.
Oh, ghosts. I see.
What do you?
I know what you're up to.
What's that, Harding?
Joining these ghosts, Manfred.
No, I don't. Nor do I. I think we want to circumvent them. Maybe not walk through this.
You're not going to put me in one of those jars.
Harding. No. The jars are for the entities that they dug up.
Harding, good man, we're all in this together. We're going to end this evil entity. But yes, I agree. We should probably avoid this spectral graveyard.
I don't even know you.
No, you
Not
don't.
really. I mean,
Not
all of your
really.
friends housing tentacles in your guts. How do I know that you don't have tentacles in your guts? Hmm?
How's
It's
how's your
it's a good
finger?
point. I probably would have already sliced and diced all of you by this point. We
We
took
could
a 4 hour long drive up here, so
we could
Mhm.
check.
why don't we hold off on the anatomy lesson for now? I do want to look at the ghosts. Are they like as they would have appeared as they were dying, or do they
No,
appear like healthy and
like
in
healthy
the
and all. Yeah.
yeah? Oh,
Yeah.
that's kind
Yeah.
of sweet. Okay,
Okay.
that brings a
All right.
little
And you,
smile to my
you see,
face.
Casey is walking toward the ghost.
Casey, you may not want to do that. Good
Oh,
man.
we gotta find out. I mean, this is the first actual evidence of ghosts. Hello, hello, hello,
See?
Oh,
hello.
You're in league
Do
with
they
them.
do
We
they
should never
notice
have
me?
trusted that
they
graduate student.
they do. What once you cross the like threshold of the grave of the cemetery, one of them kind of stops and it looks at you, and it approaches and it goes, "You're dressed oddly, stranger."
Oh, yes. Do you know where you are?
Hawk,
Of
this is
course.
not our concern right now. We need to go around the graveyard.
It's- It
I'm
does
I'm
not.
ignoring.
Yeah, and it does. It's like it didn't hear Manfred's call either. He goes, we're at Nelville, of course. We were establishing uh, a new society. We're fleeing the persecutions that the of the English. It's
Ah,
like, are you a good Christian, sir?
um, you could say that in a manner of speaking. I'm open to that belief. Um,
Oh,
what year is it? Do you know?
I'm gonna grab Hawk by the back of his pants and yank him.
I like it.
Well,
okay.
all right.
So you
All right,
pull me
so
back.
yep. So give me are you trying to resist that hawk or
No, no. If he grabs me, I probably will jump out of my skin, but
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
uh,
probably.
he can pull me right back.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no
What
way.
as you're being pulled back, you hear the person go 1698.
1698.
Yeah.
They're in 1690.
If they're still here after the sun comes up, you can come and interview them, but I think you don't want to be part of a witch hunt right now or distracted. We need to get these things.
But this might be a vital clue. This is something that the archaeologists might have known about. These are part from that religious settlement, Nelville.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
why were you telling them our secrets, Casey?
Dr. Harding, snap out of it. Uh, we saw ghosts in the pond. We've seen ghosts here. Maybe they're trying to resurrect these ghosts.
Well,
Maybe
we
there's something
think that
natural here that's magical.
natural.
I'm my character's probably practically peeing his pants at this point.
Yeah.
Terrified and delighted at the same
I'm
time.
just gonna kind of kind of pull Casey towards me gently, but I'm gonna kind of pull him towards me and just say, Casey, my good man, ghosts are real, and everything that you studied in school is in fact real. We do need to keep our eyes on the prize, as I believe they say here in
Oh,
America,
okay. Well,
and
you better
and
take care of
and
Dr.
and
Hardy. I think
defeat these
he's
creatures.
I think Dr.
What are the
Harding
two of
needs our
you
help.
whispering about?
It's
What's
okay,
wrong,
Harding.
Dr.
I'm just
Harding?
Those ones that were waiting in that basement, but they didn't take me then, and I won't let you feed me to these things now.
I think you might have me mistaken for someone else. And Harding, if you want to go back to the camp, that's quite all right.
No,
But
it's
we are
That's
continuing on.
exactly what you would want, huh?
Yes, yes.
it's too dangerous. Dr. Harding, you just need to stick with us. We're on your side. We promise.
Harding, come up in front with me. I need somebody whose eyes are open and who's not as easily flummoxed as some of these superstitious ninnies.
All right. I mean, I don't like the idea of them being behind me, but
We can,
if you
yeah,
need me, Manfred, I will answer the call.
we'll watch our backs. Let's just walk around this resting place, this long, unhallowed resting place full of witch killers, and pick up the track on the other side.
And just to close the circuit there, Casey, when you were kind of pulled out of the cemetery, the ghost kind of stood there for a second, then it just went back to what it was doing before, almost like it didn't remember you being there.
I'm going to, since I probably have a notebook with me at all times, I'm going to write a message. Like,
Mhm.
I'll try and visit you again soon, and I'll pull the paper out, crumple it up, and throw it towards the ghost so that it lands near its feet.
Okay. All
And
right.
then I'll go where Dr. Manfred is dragging.
So, well, as you're going along, you see the ghost. It picks it up and it looks at it, and then some of the other ghosts point at it, and it looks like they're yelling at it. And you see and get
Oh crap.
okay.
They're pointing at it, they're yelling at it.
Yeah, they're yeah. So they point and they yell. They look like they're yelling at him, and then they get out some ropes, like they're going to tie him up because you can kind of surmise that they think that maybe he's a witch or magic user because he's found this piece of paper that wasn't there before.
I don't think we want to stay and watch what nearly happened to you, Hawk. Let's move upward.
Can't kill him again.
I'm afraid that you might have just proven the opposite. Maybe they can kill each other over and over again through eternity in this unhallowed place. I do not want to be any part of it.
Right.
Anyway, Casey, when you get back to Arkham, you can check the records. Maybe you'll find some person was killed for summoning a piece of paper that said, "I'll meet you here later."
I think it's time travel. I think they're in our
Same.
time.
Okay. Right. You guys are gonna circumvent the graveyard. All right. Um, when you get kind of just north of it, you're just kind of coming around it. All of you can hear another deer screaming out in pain, and this one sounds really close.
And is it misty pre-dawn at this point?
Yeah. Yeah.
So at least we don't need to have torches on. We can try a little bit of stealth as we get close. And maybe spread out a little bit laterally so that we're not quite so single file and we can face whatever's ahead of us as a group. Get out a couple of vessels. Some of you who are not as good at shooting.
But I'm not going inside of it.
No, that's not Harding. Not room for you.
Okay. All right. You guys kind of spread out a little bit because, the trees and stuff are, they're not as thick up here. And, okay. So as you kind of keep going forward, the deer kind of it stops screaming out in pain. And who's in the lead?
It was Manfred and myself, I think. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as you come around the bend, the middle of the trail, you see this monster. It's got 4 legs the size of tree trunks. The tentacles have a buck pinned to pinned to the ground, and some of the smoke is going in through the eyeballs of the buck, and some are entering into the mouth, which is why it stopped screaming. You see a doe standing next to it, just kind of watching it, and there's a doe looking, and then the monsters has tentacles waving around. Some of them grab branches, they pull down on the trees and all. And the two of you can give me a sanity roll for seeing the full-on
Thing.
monster thing.
Ah, ha, 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 ha. Failure.
I like it.
Oh, 70 over 51.
All right, 1d8.
Time to start screaming,
Oh.
friend.
2.
8.
Oof.
Oh no.
That's pushed me over the edge.
All right. Both of you give me a d10.
3 this time.
3.
5 for. Oh no. My mentor in the hunting trade.
Okay, yeah. What kind of weapon were you carrying? And everything. And Dr. Harding, you look over at Manfred, and because you got violence on your roll. And yeah, he's the one that brought you here. You know, he suggested you're in the front, right? So
Oh, I knew it! You were gonna feed me to that fucking thing.
No,
you
you got it.
both you can roll a d10 for how long that will last.
10! Oh,
Oh, good.
Wow,
Oh,
only
God.
3. One of us might make it.
All right. We will go into Dex order to keep this somewhat followable. Okay. All right. So, Manfred, you are definitely the fastest.
You've got it, Harding. You've got the trap. Just get out under there. Set it underneath the thing. Just get as close as the deer as you can, and I'll sort of guide pushing him towards the entity.
I'm gonna fucking fight back.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. You've done this so many times.
I'm not gonna go! You can't feed me to that thing, Manfred! I know this has been your plan all along, you bastard!
Not sure. Just get out there. As soon as it clamps around the leg, we'll be home free.
Okay. All right. So, we'll take care of Dr. Harding. Where are you at? Oh, you're the slowest. Okay, so we'll come to you last. Okay, so while you're Manfred, you're kind of trying to do this. The buck gets up and it charges at the group of you with its antlers down. And who has the worst luck?
I'm down to 22.
I'm at
Got-
46.
30.
Sounds like Manfred.
Yep. So you have a deer charging at you with its antlers down, and what do you want to do?
Well, the problem is that I'm in the process of pushing my friend toward it. I don't know that I'm particularly aware of what's
Probably not. Ooh.
that field.
Oof. Okay, it wasn't an extreme. Okay. Okay, all right.
Hold on a second. I'm losing you guys
Yeah.
every couple of seconds.
Okay. You want to try and reset your modem or whatever?
Yeah, let me do that
Okay.
really quick.
All right.
So
And
I'll
we'll
have
count
to
it.
log off and all right, you know what, I'll give Morgan the hosting and then I'll be right back.
All right. Thank you, Bernie.
That would have sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. All those resets for nothing. Okay. All right. So the stag gets up and it starts charging at you. And
Get up there, Margrave. Just lay the trap. You know where it goes.
Margrave!
hit points do you have, Manfred?
Oh,
And I
I
froze.
love that question. 11.
11. Okay. Uh, it the stag hits you full on, and you take ten hit points as it essentially just kind of runs across you, and that's a major wound, I'm sure. So, um,
No.
yeah, we'll say essentially like yeah, your I pictured it hits you on the right hand side. It shatters that like collarbone and stuff. I mean, because it's a massive animal hitting you, and yeah.
Yeah, the only possible event is that given that I was carrying a rifle in that hand,
Hmm.
I might have shot.
Yeah, that sounds like a luck
I
roll.
knew you had it out for me.
I have no idea who you're talking to. I'm
Yeah,
looking at the sky and thinking about my first girlfriend,
yeah.
Jane.
All right, give me a luck roll there, Manfred, for that gun.
1 over 22.
No, 01? Nice.
81.
81. All right. Yeah. So when it hits you, the gun kind of, the trigger gets pulled, and you, one of the, well, I'll be nice. One of the Order of the Stone people that were with you, you see the top of his head come off. The rest of the
Oh,
bullet goes.
to be fair, I
Jesus.
probably didn't see it.
Yeah. Casey, William, and Bernie, you guys can make a sanity roll as you see like that guy's head blow up. You see Manfred's arm essentially shatter.
And have we seen the monster yet? What are
No,
we?
nope,
Okay.
no.
We just see this guy. Oh,
Yeah.
That's a
failure.
success.
Okay. All right. What do they have in here? Witnessing a friend's violence death. The
Yeah.
sanity for that.
Actually, I had several of those today, so
Yeah. You might be used to
several
it.
corpses. Yeah.
If it's a success, it's 0.
Oh,
If it's a
Okay.
great.
it's a
Yeah.
failure, it's 1d6.
Okay. 6.
Oh yes. It's going downhill. Okay, give me an intelligence roll there, Bernie.
The
Okay.
dominoes. The dominoes.
I haven't reached my crisis point yet, but I'm almost there.
Hmm. Hmm.
Intelligent.
Yep.
Oh, 5
Oh,
under
that's
65. That's an
oh
extreme.
that's good. Yeah. Roll a d10.
Oh God. Okay. 4.
Okay. Yeah. Very very recently, you're also quite paranoid too because now your buddies are shooting your friends around you. You've got a deer that for some reason has things coming out of its mouth, running around, and good, good. I love it. All right,
They're
Casey,
watching. They're coming for us.
Casey, you are up.
When I saw the buck come out of nowhere and attack Manfred, I'm going to wheel around with the shotgun and try to blow the buck's head off.
Okay. Uh, Give me a roll. Give a bonus die. You're close.
Oh, okay. Oh, 004. That's on the first. You're all frozen.
Oh,
Ah, 004. That was just
Yep.
on the first roll. The second one's 14, so they're both good. And you're frozen.
it's a little choppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So 004 is the best roll.
Okay. That's max damage.
And the shotgun is this a 12 gauge or a 20 gauge?
We'll say it's 12, so it'll be 24
Nice.
damage.
Yeah,
This is 46. Yeah. So you do
46.
24 damage to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. When its head explodes as it kind of just rolls over, but then out of its head, some the tentacles start coming out and start pulling the corpse along toward.
Okay. So I'm kind of freaked out and backing away from it.
Yeah.
Uh, do I look over and see the thing?
No, because it's faded away.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll roll sanity just in case for this.
Yeah.
34. I'm still fine.
Yeah, you're doing all right. Okay, all right. Let's see here. William. Mm-hmm.
So now it's just the dough. What's the
Yep.
dough doing?
The dough is,
Dough.
well, it hasn't moved yet, but it will be.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and start the ritual then. I'm gonna put down one of the vessels and start chanting.
Okay. Sounds good. Bernie?
William, you brought me out here to sacrifice me to your dread
I have
god. Running back the way we came from.
Okay.
God damn it. Okay. Well,
Harding was right.
Okay. And speaking of Harding, it's Harding's go.
This is what you get, Manfred. And I'm going to smash the vessel I'm holding down onto his face.
Wow. All right. I love it. Okay. All right. Give me a fighting brawl. And Manfred, do you want to try and
I guess I'll roll
yeah,
if I can.
Jesus Christ.
get that 01 there, Dr. Harding?
I rolled a 63 for my dodge of 37, so
Well, I got a 10,
Oh.
which is a hard success.
Maybe we should have stuck with Jesus Christ.
So,
Just smash it down, and
Yep.
we'll say that would do a 1d6 plus damage bonus.
yeah, so just 1d6.
Mhm.
They have no damage bonus, I think.
I mean, he's got 1 hit point left, so I mean,
I know. I just really want to. I've just tried. Okay,
yeah, yeah.
one.
1. Oh, okay. You pass out there, Manfred.
What are you doing?
Okay. Right. Well, it's Manfred's turn, so give me a constitution roll to see if you stay alive.
68 over 45.
All right.
Good night, friends.
All right. Here we go.
I'll see you in that cemetery down the ridge.
Want to just grab something to be one of the Order of the Stones members. That's almost like why they came. Okay, all right. It is the doe's turn. It's going to come charging at the group also. And who's got the lowest luck now that Manfred's no longer with us?
It might be me. I'm at 30.
Yeah, that sounds right. All right, you want to dodge or
Yeah, I'm gonna try to dodge it.
okay?
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh boy. No. Did not dodge that.
Okay. Well, the good news is that I was 1 point away from an extreme, so I just,
Oh, great.
I didn't roll the best. So 7 points as it plows into you.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, that's not good.
Okay. Was that half your hit points?
Yes, that was.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll say it cracked. It broke some ribs.
Okay. So that's a major wound. Okay.
Yep. And give me a constitution roll to stay awake.
Okay. Nope, that's a fail.
Yeah, I am. I mean, broken ribs are pretty painful, so you kind of fall down there. All right, we'll go to the only person functioning, Casey.
Ah, The thing is that I'm wondering if my character, which is at this point, turn around and run like hell because I mean, I don't really know these people. I mean, I do, but I don't, and I'm frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, did you
Your
hear
character.
any of that?
You
You
said that
said,
you wonder if your character would turn around.
And run for hell, run like hell because I don't really know these people that well,
Hmm.
and I'm just a student. I'm a kid. Um, I'd like to help them, but everything's going crazy. So, you know what? Before I do, I'm going to roll a willpower to see how I
Okay.
do. I passed my willpower, so maybe what I'll do is I'll fire once again at the doe this time. I'm
Yep.
so sorry that this is going on. I don't know what's
Not,
happening.
not your
Uh,
fault. It's
I'm gonna fire at the doe.
okay. Fire away.
All right, and I got a 28,
Nice.
which is not a pass. I have to spend 3 points of luck to make it pass.
You would like to.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Um, and then I'll roll 6, 3, 5, and 3. 6, 3, 5, and 6, 6, 6, 12, 17.
17. All right. Let me
17
look.
points of damage.
Oh, they have 16. So yeah.
Okay. And this is probably the point where I'm now going to go over and say, what were you all scared of over there? Oh, it's dissipated. Uh,
Just a deer.
um, everybody's down. Everybody's wounded except me, right? And the deer's dead. Both deers are dead.
Dr. Harding and Bernie are not wounded.
completely unscathed.
They're just acting
Oh,
Dr. Harding's probably spitting on Manfred's corpse right now. Or something.
yeah, I
That's
just
what
saw,
you get, you bastard! That's what you get! Now
saw
look who
Har-
has the last laugh. Now look who has to live in the jar.
We have to.
I don't know. I still think I might turn around and run because I think madness has infected all of them.
Mm-hmm. That is a
I'm,
very reasonable statement.
yeah, I think they've all gone insane, and I'm running back
Okay,
the car.
give me a luck roll.
28. And my luck is 55.
Okay.
52, sorry.
All right.
Come back, you coward. Don't make me do an Irish accent.
Fuck you all!
All right. So Casey's kind of running off, and you know, after about a minute or so, Dr. Harding and Bernie, you kind of like come together.
Oh no, no, no!
Will,
I'm off in the woods ahead of Casey.
oh,
I ran
you're
off.
have stopped yelling at Manfred's corpse, and you kind of pull yourself back together.
Do your
I'm going
magic.
to.
Harding, see if you can help the fella.
Okay. All right. Give me a good medicine or first aid roll there, Dr. Harding.
46 is a pass.
All right. Yep. Kind of wrap it up, trying to, the best you can to stabilize the wound. And you get 3 hit points back there, William.
What were you doing to Manfred?
I I don't know what you mean.
Okay,
He's
whatever.
oh God, Manfred.
Okay. Yeah, it's very sad.
Poor son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Ugh, ugh. Hmm. I will take my strangely bloodied vessel.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know
Yeah.
what that's doing next to Manfred's head, but I will pick it up nonetheless. Where the hell is Birdie? Where'd Casey go?
Okay. Speaking of which, Bernie and Casey, you guys are kind of running back south.
Yeah. And I reckon my paranoia is such that I'm listening out for people behind me. And
Yeah.
then I hear Casey coming. And so I hide and wait and ambush and watch him. But then I realize it's just a tree and say, Casey!
And I'm like, holy fuck, everything's going crazy. What the hell?
It's insane.
We got to get the fuck out of here.
I know, but it's hours.
It certainly seems that way when it keeps stopping every couple of seconds.
Yeah.
Light time is freezing.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
care. We're getting the hell. They're all dead. They're all dead. I think they're all dead.
Okay, I believe you. Let's go. We have to conserve our energy. We'll have been awake more than 24 hours, and I don't know when I last ate or drank water.
Yeah,
And I'm not drinking the cursed lake water.
yeah.
So
I'm sure Manfred would have brought some canteens of water and stuff. He was an experienced outdoorsman and so.
I'm not going back for those canteens, though.
I mean, but you were sipping water while you were traveling.
We probably all have them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So we're trudging back.
Okay, well, in light of the current technical difficulties, won't we want to call this a good stopping point? And next week should be the finale of Dr. Harding's adventures.
Dr. Harding and the sardines.
I'm gonna bury all of you. And
It
I
was
will
all
laugh.
his dream. It was all Harding's dream all along. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be the twist.
It was the Harding Sardine Factory. I am waiting for my thing to open up. Hold on. What a night. What a night.
You're telling me.
Our players included Troy Wheeldryer, Preston Firestone, Morgan Llewellyn, David Gasway, and myself with Keith Craig as the Keeper of Arcane Lore. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you'd like to show us your appreciation, please visit our Patreon page, or you can use the thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck, good gaming.